Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now, listen, man, you could tap in and you could tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in, so let's get right into it. Now, you already know time, energy are the highest forms of currency, my G's. I know they got y'all here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that paper, stacking that mucho dinero, that cheddar, that cheese, that mozzarella. But in front of your mental Rolodex, that time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G's. At all times, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's heavily invested in the channel, everybody that understands we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation. We on our way to the top, well over 40K, on our way to 50,000. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new investors, all my new subscribers, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube, which is Grown Man Business TV. Tap in, tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. Feel what I'm saying? Now, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Wipe off your feet before you step into the big house. You understand what I'm saying? Wipe your feet off. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing every time we go live right here on Grown Man Business TV. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, we're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody in the DM. Salute to everybody that been reaching out. I ain't going to lie to you. I made a trip up to Philadelphia, handling some business. You know what I'm saying? And some family time, doing what I do, grown man business. And that weather up there is terrible. I'm going to just say it's terrible. So I don't know if I caught a bug. I don't know if I got the flu. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely under the weather. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I wasn't able to tap back in with you guys directly on Monday. I've been drinking hot tea. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been I've been trying to get rid of whatever is going on. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother conversation. You know what I mean? But salute to everybody that's in the chat. Salute to everybody that's in the DMs. You know, where you at? GMB TV, where you at? What's going on? Bruh, I've been sick as a dog. I went up north to that. It's still cold up north. It's literally still nippy up there in Philadelphia, New Jersey. It's still type cold up there. And where I'm at, it's 90 degrees already. So, you know, no worries. We knocking this out. You know what I mean? We getting back. But we're gonna talk about this. And you already know, before we get into, you know, the conversation, before we do what we do, you know, we're going to do some customizations to the chat. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I got to customize the chat, my G. And you already know how we giving it up. Big salute to the chat. Yeah, man, highly under the weather. Bam, you see that right there, right there. Now listen to me. Before you get into the chat with your Twitter fingers, doing all your Twittering with your Twitter fingers and all that, and all your Twitter fingers and all that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if not, that's cool. That's cool. Get in the back of the class, close your mouth, and open your ears for this pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles. All right? Don't worry about it. I'm going to give you this pure dope regardless if you like it or not. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to the chat. I see y'all in here. Yeah, it is. It's you know, I'll say this, right? For my liking, it's still cold up north. A lot of people up north, they're not used to the tropical weather. So when you immersed in this tropical weather, that up north, that New York shit, it's not cold. Nah, it's terrible. I gotta say that it's terrible. And as soon as I got on a flight and made my way back to the Sunshine State, I instantly started feeling that bug, man. I caught a bug up there. I caught a bug up there in New Jersey and Philadelphia. But big salute to up north. Big salute to New York, New Jersey, Philly. They show me a lot of love anytime I'm in town. So yeah, man, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's rare that I catch a cold. It's rare that I get sick. But yeah, that's where we at. Hot tea galore. So let's talk about this. You know, a second accuser has come up and come out about Shannon Sharpe. And, you know, I did a video on my way up north. I did a video talking about this, but I really had to double back on this situation. It's a lot of people in my DM that wanna bring race into this. There's a lot of people in my DM that want to talk about every variable and every angle when it comes to Shannon Sharpe, except just saying he's a nasty man. Shannon Sharpe is absolutely a nasty, nasty man. And dudes like Shannon Sharpe need to be thrown under the jail. Not only thrown under the jail, not only that, but they need to be publicly humiliated. And I gotta say, man, I'm not feeling no type of way about this humiliation ritual that Shannon Sharpe is going through, because men like Shannon Sharpe need to be stepped on. Men like Shannon Sharpe need to be thrown under the jail. And again, you know, when I'm rubbing shoulders with the investors in the DM, when I'm talking and we having conversations, you got to know something. Race is always an angle. Race is always a part of any situation on American soil. So I'm not one of those people that says, why you want to bring race into it? Why you want to do this? And I get it. I get it. You understand? And I'm going to protect everybody that stands on that. Because, again, race is always a factor. So even with Shannon Sharpe, race is a factor. But a lot of the times, race and discrimination are the big picture. You understand? It's a lot of small variables, a lot of small angles working all at one time simultaneously, right? But race is normally the big picture. It's normally at the top of the mountain. In this particular situation, right? In this particular situation, right? Race is a small angle. Race is not the big picture. The big picture in this situation is that Shannon Sharpe is a nasty, nasty man. What's wrong with everything? Let me put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly, my G. I'm only going to make this stop one time. You understand me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. If everything is smooth. All right. All right. We not going to let nobody hinder the message, my G. We not going to let nobody play with the message when it come to this. So again, race is always a factor. But the bigger picture in this is that we got old men. We got grown men. We got 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 40-year-old men that think it's okay to lay down with a 19-year-old girl. We got 60-year-old men. We got 55-year-old grown men that think that it is absolutely fine as long as she's 18. And here at Grown Man Business TV, man, we're going to step on that narrative. We're going to really put a foot on the neck of that narrative. And you already know how we do over here. I kept the receipts, Shannon Sharpe. I kept the receipts. You know, this is what I want y'all to understand, man. I want y'all to understand that just because it is legal in American law don't mean that it is morally right. Just because it's legal don't mean it's right, my G. Just because it's legal don't mean you should do it. And what do you mean by that, GMB TV? Well, it's a lot of things that's legal on American soil that you don't agree with. Yeah, it's totally legal for the police to shoot your black ass down if you make them feel uncomfortable. But y'all don't think that's right, right? Y'all don't think that's morally correct. So it's a lot of things in law that's legal, that's not morally right. In Georgia, you can consent at 16 years old. That means a 16-year-old little girl can have sexual encounters if she agrees to it. So a lot of people in my DM is saying, yo, GMB TV, it's legal. She was 19. It's legal. She was 20. It's legal. You got to watch people like that. All right, and we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna go deeper into the aspect in the angle of law in America, because I want to know who made the law, who created these laws that you want to live by. And I'm gonna tell you this: you don't get to straddle the fence, homie. You either are a law-abiding citizen or you a rebel. And me, I'm a rebel, man. I'm a rebel. A lot of y'all is picking and choosing. Yo, it's legal. That's nasty work. Who told you it was legal to lay down with an 18-year-old teenager? Who told you it was legal to lay down with a 19-year-old teenager? Because listen, let me tell you something. 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. What do they all got in common? The word teen. Huh? What do they all got in common? They all got the word teen in common. That means if the word teen is in there, that means you're a teenager. And you got a 60-year-old man laying down and having sex with a 19-year-old girl. Nasty work. Now, I kept the receipts over here at Grown Man Business TV. It been a few days since y'all got a dose of this pure dope straight off the brick into the bottles. I know it's only right that I give it to you. It's only right that we talk about this. Shannon Sharp, it's time to get down and lay down. And listen, homie, when you lay down, you're going to stay down. $100 million where? Shannon Sharp, you're going to be the example, homie. We're going to make a prime example out of you. Ain't nothing legal about that. Ain't nothing moral about that. Integrity over content, morality. Morals over what's you gotta do what's morally right, my G. Now it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But Shannon Sharp is a nasty man. And I got the receipts, Shannon. I got the goddamn receipts. And we're gonna talk about this. So big salute to the chat. Understand, I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm a little bit under the weather. But we're gonna get back into motion. Consistent content is what we bring into this YouTube thing. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. We're gonna have a nice talk because it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. We're gonna talk about the difference between older women and younger men and older men and younger women. We're gonna talk about that. It's a difference. Right or wrong, it is a difference. We're gonna talk about sexual discipline. We're gonna talk about what's morally right and what's legal. We're gonna have this conversation. Shannon Sharp, you are nasty. You should be ashamed of yourself. Big salute to the chat. We tapped in. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you locked in. We about to run these numbers up. Yeah. We on our way to 50K. We about to run these numbers up. Big salute. Shannon, I see you in the chat. You already know how we giving it up. Yeah, I'm back. Don't trip. We got the receipt. Shannon Sharp, open your ears. Close your mouth and open your ears and listen to this. Second victim. Second accuser. You about to get down and you about to lay down. Shannon Sharp. Big salute to the chat.
Now, out of nowhere this morning, there's actually been another accusation. And it turns out it was an accusation that was there before, but however, it got pretty much buried over. So what ended up happening was one of Shannon Sharp's ex-girlfriends, Michelle, funny enough, that she is Shannon Sharp's former ex-girlfriend of many years, and that back in 2010, the way the relationship ended was that he R-worded her as well. Now, this becomes a second allegation, and there's actually rumors that there are more allegations on the way. In the lawsuit, it said a whole bunch of things, and the counter to the lawsuit was extremely salacious with all of these text messages and everything like that. And at first, it looked kind of funny, and everybody's having fun with it. But now that we're looking at it in the long run, that may actually come back to bite Shannon in the behind. Why? Because it kind of just loses that empathy. It just shows you have no empathy for this person, even if it's not true. If it is true, it just makes the public perception look at you as though you're not an empathetic person. And that can sway very highly in the favor of plaintiff's case. For the second one, It's pretty much the ex-girlfriend coming out with the horrifying story. A former girlfriend of embattled NFL legend Shannon Sharpe claimed their decade-long relationship ended with a restraining order after the Hall of Famer allegedly R-worded and threatened to ruin her if she ever spoke out. Michelle Bundy Evans filed a $4 million defamation lawsuit against Sharp for divulging their ongoing legal disputes on television after news broke that she filed a restraining order accusing him of SA and stalking for the September 2010 incident. Now, that was a defamation lawsuit, and in that lawsuit, she actually goes into detail about what actually happened that night. So, in the news article, they do cover that, and they say the defamation lawsuit filed by the scorned ex alleged that Evans and Sharp were arguing when the football star forced his sweetheart of nearly 10 years to be on her knees and sexually assaulted her before R-wording her. Evans claimed she sought legal protection after the former Denver Bronco hurled threats of ruin if she ever publicly disclosed this disturbing incident.
Now let's stop right there, right? We're not even gonna let this receipt go. I got some more receipts we gotta go through. Now, this right here, this receipt shows pattern. It shows consistency. You understand what I'm saying? When you are indulging in these type of situations, when you are indulging in anything, as humans, we are creatures of habit. We are creatures of habit. So anything you are engaged in, anything that you like to do, anything that fulfills a need within you as a human, you're going to continue to do. And I would suggest you always pay attention to patterns, consistency. I love this YouTube thing, so I consistently put out content. Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp got a thing for the snow bunnies. Shannon Sharp got a thing for the dog fur. So it is a consistent. It is a constant. Oh, and that dog fur. We're going to talk about that. Now, that's all I wanted to show you. There is a second accuser. There was a second woman that had a restraining order that had made, accusations about Shannon Sharpe a long time ago. The higher ups and the elites already knew what Shannon Sharpe was into. They knew what weakness is. They knew that dog fur was a weakness for Shannon Sharpe. They knew that. And I'm gonna stay in tune with the receipts. I'm gonna stay in touch with the content, but I'm gonna address the chat. I'm not saying that you can't go to a strip club, but I'm telling you, as a 40-year-old man, you need to have more discernment than a 19-year-old little girl, a 19-year-old teenager. As a 40-year-old, we're gonna have this conversation. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The higher ups and the elites are going to give you everything you need to destroy yourself. I just told y'all about these podcasters. I just got done telling y'all about Shannon Sharpe, right? About $1 million worth of game. About Cameron and Mace. It is what it is. I just got done telling you who gets the money, who gets the promotion, and who gets to walk through the door. Now, it's more receipts. And I want to go through this last receipt before I start breaking down different angles when it comes to this. Shannon Sharpe, you a nasty man, homie. You an absolutely nasty man. And I'm telling you, one thing for sure, two things for certain. It's a lot of men that do this. White men, Asian men, Latino men. But right now, we talking about Shannon Sharpe. We talking about a full-blown black man. Big, man, listen, nasty work, homie. Poor representation. Nasty work. So let's play into and let the receipts show. Because that first receipt shows consistency. It shows a pattern. This second receipt shows the arrogance. It shows the cornball. Shannon Sharpe was a whole cornball until he got that money. Shannon Sharpe was a sucker. He was a trick. He was a whole cornball before he got that money. And we got to show this. We got to show you this before I get into these angles, because it's a reason why these type of men don't like black women. It's a reason why these type of men don't date, will not marry, and they don't want black women. We're going to talk about this. It's a huge reason, homie. All that he's a higher man, and he got all the money, and that's all bullshit. Most of the men that got the money, they weirdos on the low. Because I already told you, it's a certain demographic of black men that they're gonna give that money to. The ones that don't have the revolutionary mindset. The ones that don't want to liberate their people. The ones that fall victim to the dog fur are the ones who get the money. The ones that got a fetish for the white girls are the ones that get that money. Amongst other things. Big salute to the chat. I want y'all to pay attention to this. Look, nasty work. Shannon Sharpe, you a nasty man, homie. You a nasty, look.
Your age. Well, I want to date my wage. Ooh. I'm finna shut all this tonight. I want to date my wage.
Stay right there.
Where y'all at? Hey, chat, where they at?
Hold on. Cause I keep it on me now.
Ooh. I'm finna.
Yeah, to make them feel better about themselves when they come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I know your age. Well, I want to date my wage.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car.
Woo. Shannon was talking that talk, won't he? Hold on. He was talking. Look at Shannon. Look. Shannon, I already told y'all, Shannon is a down low fruitcake. But Shannon talking that talk, look. Shannon said he want to date his wage. He don't want to date. He don't want to date his age. He want to date his wage. Look, hold on. I got it for you. Look.
Girl,
I know your age. Well, I want to date my wage. Ooh. I'm finna shut all this tonight. I want to date my wage.
Stay right there.
Where y'all at? Hey, chat, where they at?
Hold on.
Look. Shannon said he want to date his wage. That means whatever he can pay for. Well, don't start crying about that 50 million. You said you wanted to date your wage, not your age. Well, that 19-year-old little girl, she asking for 50 million. Now all of a sudden, they got a problem with the black man and all that. Nah, Shannon, you a nasty man, Shannon. You a nasty man. You a predator. Shannon Sharpe is a predator, allegedly. Allegedly, Shannon Sharpe is a full-blown predator. I want to date my way. You got the whole Shanae look on you. You look like, yeah. You be out there in Atlanta. You like them Tampa Bay Buccaneers to buck out your Buccaneer and all of that. Yeah, look.
Hold on. Cause I keep it on me now.
Look at him. Look. You was out there in Tampa Bay letting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers buck out your Buccaneer. See, one thing for sure, Shannon, and I'm gonna move forward. But just because you sleep with women don't mean you not a homosexual. Homosexual men sleep with women sometimes. Yeah, look at Kanye West. Kanye West say he been sucking cock his whole teenage years. He got babies. Shannon Sharp. You are, yeah. You was letting them Buccaneers buck out your Buccaneer and all of that. So I want you to know that just because you sleep with women, we ain't been fooled by that. Look, listen.
Yeah.
I keep it on me. You want to date your what?
I want to date my wage, not my age. I want to date my wage. So where are they?
Scott Reels, Ocho.
Scott Bree? Who that is, coach?
Yeah. How I do it. How I do
Hey, Scott, I mean, who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. She might be famous for vertical activity that she good at.
Oh, she a hooper?
Oh yeah.
Who she play for? Who she play for?
She got her own little thing,
Huh?
He said, man, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop.
Now listen, look at this. Look, he got a goddamn Incredible Hulk shirt on right here. Look. Weirdos, bro. My man got an Incredible Hulk shirt on. Talking about how I do it. Well, I do it. Yeah. Oh, let's do it. Yeah, Shannon. Got the dog fur. You hype. Shannon is a weird, nasty man. And he got a, look. He got a goddamn Incredible Hulk shirt on. Now, I'm going to play this all the way through, right? Because, celebrities tried to warn Shannon. They tried to tell Shannon. And I'm going to let this receipt play all the way through. That dog fur. You got to know, when that dog fur shed all over you, when that dog fur get all over you, it's hard to get out of it. Oh, it smelled like a golden retriever. It smelled like a Shih Tzu. It smelled like a Labrador. It smelled like a pit bull and a Rottweiler and all of that. When that, look. A 19-year-old dog fur having teenager. Now, he was warned. He was warned multiple times. But the higher-ups already knew that Shannon Sharp he got a fetish for the dog fur. Shannon Sharp got a deep fetish for these pink-toed, snow bunny, dog fur having teenagers. Ole do it, yeah. Yeah, Charlie P, I see you in the chat. Dog fur having pink-toed snow bunnies, polar bear, Polar Springs. I don't like the dog fur on me like that. I don't want the dog fur around me. Let's listen to it. Salute to the chat.
Get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
Come on, Dad.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit down in 2 weekends.
See? You can be Kang the Conqueror, and that snow bunny dog fur having Polar Springs will take you down in 2 weekends. And Shannon Sharp, it looked like that's what's going on with you. It looked like that's what's going on with you. These is the type of dudes that are high value men. They got y'all thinking because Shannon Sharp got a check, he's a high value man. Shannon Sharp is a predator. And most of these predators learn how to hide behind a check because all y'all want is the money. All you got to do is have money to be a high value man. And I'm here to tell you, it's deeper than rap. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. Yeah, listen.
And that's the truth.
Come on. Oh, they talk to us. This dating thing. Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at your
I ain't backing down. You better take your old somebody to love you.
No.
Now I'm looking right at you. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
And he was hitting a 19-year-old girl. He wasn't hitting 26. He wasn't hitting 36. He was hitting 19. You thought the higher ups was going to let you continue to drop. Yeah, you was dropping Johnson and them white girls. You thought they was going to let you drop Johnson and them white girls and they were going to give you $100 million? You had to be a goddamn fool, Shannon Sharp, to think they was gonna let you drop Johnson and them white girls and you was gonna get $100 million. You had to be a fool, Shannon. Now I told you I'm a little under the weather. I'm a little bit under the weather, but the pure dope gotta be delivered regardless. Now that we done went, hold on, I'm gonna let him look.
Well, I want to date my wage. I'm finna shut all this tonight. I want to date my wage.
Stay right there.
Where y'all at? Hey, chat, where they at?
Hold on. Cause you know I keep it on me now.
Yeah.
I keep it on me. You want to date your what?
I want to date my wage. Not my age. I want to date my wage. So where are they?
Sky Breeze, Ocho.
Sky Bree? Who that is, coach?
Yeah. How I do it.
Hey, Sky. I mean, who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. She might be famous for vertical activity that she's good at.
She a hooper?
Oh yeah.
Who she play for? Who she play for?
She got her own little thing,
Huh?
You said, yo. Man, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all be on that bull jive, man.
Hold on. Who she play for?
Back in the day, she could have been on my team. She played for on her back. And as I said.
Now, with that being done and that being said, right, I want to speak to a serious angle with this. Now, I already told y'all that Shannon is a homosexual man. Shannon Sharp allegedly is a homosexual. He is a down low in the closet man. We all know that. I already told y'all that the higher ups and the elites are going to give you everything you need to destroy yourself. And what they did was they gave Shannon Sharp full access to that dog fur. They let Shannon Sharp decide to drop Johnson in that dog fur, them pink toes, them snow bunnies and all that. I already told y'all that just because it's legal doesn't make it right. Just because it's legal in America doesn't mean that it's morally right. So in Georgia, a girl can consent at 16. A girl can consent to sex at 16. That doesn't make it right, homie. And I also explained to y'all that we're going to talk about sexual discipline. So I want to start right there. To all the men that pay attention and listen to Grown Man Business TV, the most powerful weapon that you can have as a man is sexual discipline. I'm going to say it one more time. The most powerful weapon that you possess as a man is sexual discipline. Being able to have discernment in the middle of looking at a beautiful woman, being sexually engaged with a beautiful woman, being able to have discernment, being able to still make clear-minded decisions in the face of a beautiful woman. Majority of men don't have this superpower. And that is why the most powerful men, the most richest men, the men with the most money, the men with the most access, the men with the most resources always seem to lose when it comes to a stripper, when it comes to a white girl, when it comes to sex. You haven't noticed that they take down all of the powerful or high-powered men, high-value men with sexual assault or rape charges? You haven't noticed that? Predator charges. It's always a sexual charge that takes down the most powerfulest men. So you already know it's a message in the madness when you come here to Grown Man Business TV. I already told y'all I'm a little bit under the weather, but I understand how to bait the algorithm. I understand how to get you in a room and then give you the pure dope. And the pure dope is, as men, you have to learn sexual discipline. As men, when we learn how to strengthen our sexual discipline and our sexual discernment, these cases will cease to exist. There will be no more cases of women just being able to call sexual assault or call rape X, Y, and Z, because the man, we make the rules. We set the stage. It's up to us what goes down and what doesn't go down. As the man, if we are weak in our pants, we are weak. You are weak, man. And as soon as a female can smell on you that you are a slave to the pussy, you are a slave to the pussycat, you are a slave to sex, you are a slave to a pretty face, a slim waist, and a fat ass, you are a slave, and you have no sexual discipline, they prey on you. You think she like you. She's setting you up, homie. She recording your calls. She screenshotting your text messages. She lining you up for the downfall. I'm talking, this is more powerful than a tongue. This is more powerful than a gun. This is more powerful than money. Sexual discipline will take you to the top. Sexual discipline makes a beautiful woman respect you as a man. You got all the money in the world, but you a slave. You a slave to the pussy. You a sucker. You a lick. Why am I saying this? Because the fact that Shannon Sharpe is a 50, 60-year-old man that lacks sexual discipline, that's a dangerous man. That's a dangerous man, homie. That's more dangerous than any gang member. That's more dangerous than any YN in America. An older man that is still lacking sexual discipline. That is a dangerous man. That is the worst kind of man you could be around. Why you say that, GMB TV? Well, you know, when a YN come around, I know what he is. When the gang member come around, he got a blue or a red flag, I know what he is. But when a older man that lacks sexual discipline come around, he act like he's a, you know, you don't know. You liable, you might take Shannon Sharp to your family reunion. You might take Shannon Sharp to your daughter's graduation. You might have Shannon Sharp around your nieces and your little cousins, and the whole time he's sexually attracted to those little girls. The most dangerous man in America is a man that lacks sexual discipline. You have Shannon Sharp at the family reunion. You introducing Shannon Sharp to your little nieces and your nephews and your cousins and all that. And Shannon Sharp secretly wants to fuck your niece. She's 18. She's legal. So he wants to have sex with your niece. He want to have sex with your little sister. He want to have sex with your daughter. These are dangerous, dangerous men. And I'm going to tell you something. Shannon Sharp not only needs to get wiped out, but he needs to be put in jail for what he did to that 19-year-old girl. White, black, Asian, indifferent. I don't care what color she is. Shannon Sharp needs to do prison time for what he did to that 19-year-old teenager. This is the part of the message that the higher-ups and the elites don't want you to get. This is the part of the message that I gotta hide within the content. I gotta hide behind the receipts and all that. Sexual discipline is what introduces you to manhood. Sexual discipline is what introduces you to being a man. You are no longer, and you cannot be a man if you cannot control your dick, homie. If you cannot control your little head, you are not a man, homie. You are a slave. You are a child. You are a boy. So everybody thought Shannon Sharp was a man. Everybody thought Shannon Sharp was a high-value man. And the whole time we was looking at a predator. A sexual predator that preys on teenage girls. Shannon Sharp, he has sex with teenage little girls. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. What do they all got in common? 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. What do all of those ages have in common? The word teen. The word teen. So ain't nothing grown about a 19-year-old teenager. And a 56-year-old man dropping Johnson in a 19-year-old teenager should be put under the jail. Your ass should be under the jail, Shannon Sharp. Nah, like, I got to speak on this. Because black men, we not going to save you. We not saving no predators. You not going to lean on the black community when it's beneficial. And we not going to let you do that. We don't save predators, homie. And Shannon Sharp is a predator. Imagine introducing your 19-year-old daughter to Shannon Sharp. Imagine introducing your 19-year-old niece to Shannon Sharp. Imagine introducing your 18-year-old little cousin to Shannon Sharp. Sexual discipline. That's first. Secondly, I want to talk about what's legal and what's not legal. Yeah, you already know I had to wait 30 minutes in. Sometime I got to wait 25 to 30 minutes before I get into the real meat and potatoes of the message. The higher ups and the elites are watching. They playing games with the channel. Hit the like button and take it to 100, man. What's legal and what's not legal? Well, again, this segues into what I was just talking about. It's the same exact thing. Any man that tells you 18 years old is legal for you to drop Johnson is a predator. Who made these laws? Oh, that's legal. That's not legal. Well, let me tell you something. It's legal for the police to shoot your black ass down in the street, ain't it? And you know, when the police feel like their life is in danger, they can kill you, right? Legally. You know, put a knee on your neck and all that, like George Floyd and all that. Y'all don't think that's cool. Y'all don't think that that should be legal. But guess what? That's legal. So my point is, it ain't about what's legal. It's about what's morally right. In some states, right, a girl that is 16 years old can consent to having sex. That is not morally right. So what you got to ask yourself is, who made these laws? Who made these demonic predator laws? The higher ups and the elites. The same higher ups and the elites that engage in sex trafficking. The same higher ups and the elites that engage in sexual contact with minors. Nasty, nasty men. Predators. So you don't, you know, if you want to follow the laws, then follow the laws. What I'm here to tell you is, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. And the bigger picture is, morally, it is wrong. Let me give you an example, right? When I was growing up, I remember the OGs, you know, that I was around. Just the ones that I was around. I can't speak for everybody because it was predators back in the day. There always been predators around us in our communities, outside our communities. But the OGs I was raised around, when young girls would come around and young girls would flirt with an older man, and the older man would say, "Yo, well, how old are you, baby? How old are you?" And the teenage girl would say, "I'm 19 years old." Legal or not, the OG would say, "Oh no, baby, I got daughters your age. I can't rock with you like that, sweetheart. You're a beautiful girl. You're gorgeous. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, you are a beautiful young woman. But I got nieces and I got nephews your age. I got daughters that's older than you. I can't. That's a no-go." That's what the OGs used to do around me. So when I got older, I did that exact same thing. You know, I got daughters. You know, it's young girls all the time that see me and think I'm their age. They think we are close in age, and they flirt. And sometimes they say things, and I say, hold up, sweetheart. How old are you?" "Oh, I'm 22. "Sweetie, listen. I'm double your age." "What? You don't look like you." Huh? "Yeah, sweetheart. I'm 40. I'm 40 plus." It's morally wrong for me as a man to engage in any type of psychological, you know, any type of emotional contact with you. You are too young. Now, legally, the higher ups in the elite say I could drop Johnson in you. But morally, as a man, that's wrong. As a man, that is absolutely out of pocket. You understand what I'm saying? So to everybody in my DM that's saying, "Yo, she was legal," yo, that's out. And a lot of y'all, I'm looking at y'all sideways. A lot of the men that are in my DM telling me that it's legal, it's nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry, I couldn't be around you. I couldn't bring you to the cookout. I can't bring you to the family reunion. I can't bring you around nobody. I can't bring you to the graduation party. It's not what's legal. It's about what's morally right. And that shit is terrible. Shannon Sharp, we are not standing with you. I knew you was a homosexual a long time ago. But all this type of activity right here, we as black men, we not standing with you, homie. I don't care I don't care about none of that. Pay that white girl the $50 million. You had the white girl calling you Zigga and all that. You had the white girl talking about putting a big black baby in you and all that. That you was going to put a big black baby in her. You had the white girl calling you a nigga and all that. You thought that was okay. So don't come over here and try to tell, nah, we as black men, I'm speaking against that. If I saw you in person, I spit on you. I spit on Shannon Sharp. Right there, I spit right on. Nigga, get out of here, nigga. Get out of here. This is why those guys get the money. I told you about these podcasters. Now, thirdly, I just told y'all about sexual discipline. I just told y'all it's not about what's legal, it's about what's morally right. And now I'm gonna talk about these podcasters, but I want to stay right here just for 2 seconds. You know, it's very easy to know what side you fall under. It's very easy to know who you are and what you are. You can't deny who you are. If you think it's okay to have sex with an 18-year-old teenager, you are a predator. You are a motherfucking predator. You are a molester. You are a child. You are a predator. Right? And, you know, a download that came to me last night, I saw Beyonce, and she was doing the Cowboy Carter tour, and hold up. And she was doing the Cowboy Carter tour, right? And I noticed that she had Blue Ivy dancing around and like on stage performing. I'll say that. Blue Ivy is performing at the Cowboy Carter concert. And it's something about watching Blue Ivy dance around like that that doesn't sit well with me as a man. Like, I understand that she's working, she's being paid. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like Blue Ivy is what, like 14 or 15 years old. And it's something about watching a child be a teenager that is nasty work to me. It's nasty work. It's nasty work. And, you know, I think I'm going to do a whole live stream on that in particular. But it was a download that downloaded because it made me feel it's like something about teenagers that I don't understand as a man, how you could look at them in a sexual manner. And I don't care if they are voluptuous. I don't care if they, you know, yo, she got a body like a grown woman. Like, it's still things about them that are childlike, like their arms, their hands. You understand what I'm saying? Like how their body is developed. It is nasty fucking work, bro. Nasty work. And as a real man that stands on business, it actually enrages me at the thought, the thought, bro, of a man with a 19, 18-year-old girl. 18 and 17 is the same fucking thing, homie. That's a nasty man. 18 and 19 is the same thing. 15 and 18 to me is the same thing. They all say teenager. And I'm gonna do a whole live stream on a Beyonce thing, right? I'm not gonna go too far into that, but it was a download that was heavy. It weighed heavy on me when I seen it because, you know, maybe I'll try to find it, but she was, you know, Blue Ivy, she's working, you know, she's She's working. She's you know, she's doing her performance thing, and it's just something about that little girl being like frolicking around the stage, and that shit is not that it's nasty work. I wish I could find. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it real quick. From what I saw, but I be scrolling. You know, I get to scrolling through these shorts. The history, I be scrolling through these motherfuckers so much. I probably ain't gonna be able to find it. But that'll segue me into, again, ain't nothing sexual about a teenage girl. And when you put that into perspective, how I'm giving it to you, because again, I don't hear nobody on YouTube really breaking it down to the last compound like this, right? When you really think about what I just said to you, teenager, 19 is a teenager, 18 is a teenager, and you got a 56-year-old man dropping Johnson in that 19-year-old girl. That make me want to do something to Shannon. It make me want to put hand and feet on Shannon. Point blank, period. Now that I got that off. You know, it's so many different downloads and angles that come out. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's like the floodgates are open. Floodgates. These are the same men that talk down on black women. Always be, see, the difference between me and a Shannon Sharp is that I'm married to a black woman. I don't want no mixed woman. I never wanted like dog fur. I never wanted a female to be, you know, half Filipino or half Puerto Rican. Like, I always wanted a fully black woman. I wanted a nigga. I want that, right? So when I'm speaking to black women, I'm never speaking down on black women. I'm always trying to big up black women. Even if I gotta criticize you a little bit, if I gotta get on you for your behavior, I'ma speak on that. And I'ma speaking to you like a grown man. And sometimes it's gonna make you defensive and all that. But I never speak down on black women. And that's what dudes like Shannon Sharp do. And I want y'all to keep this in mind when y'all, from this point on, when y'all listen to certain men talk down on black women in a certain manner, what you should understand is these dudes are probably having sex with teenage white girls. These dudes that are talking down on black women secretly are letting white women call them nigga. These black men that are talking down on black women are secretly having white girls piss on them. They are secretly homosexual men. You ain't gonna run across a real man that's gonna talk the way a lot of these dudes is talking when they talk to black women. You might find a man like Grown Man Business TV that is going to critique and somewhat criticize black women for their behavior, but we're not going to talk down. These dudes literally talk down on black women. They won't date black women. They won't marry black women, but they'll let a white girl piss on them behind closed doors. Yeah. White girl copping a squat. They paying the white girl to cop a goddamn squat on them behind the closed doors. You think that white girl wasn't pissing on Shannon? You think that white girl, that 19-year-old white girl, wasn't pissing in Shannon's mouth? Allegedly? Yeah, she was pissing. She was pissing on Shannon. She was shedding the dog fur all over Shannon Sharp. So I wanted to throw that out there so that you can understand that instead of looking at these men as high value men, you should understand that the majority of these men are engaging in the same activity that Shannon Fruitcake Sharp is engaging in. I can't make it up. I can't make it up, and I wouldn't lie to you. They are all engaging in the same activities. They are all going on Backpage and goddamn, what's the app, man? They all got call girls. Yeah. They all engage. And it's and listen, the men, especially black men that talk the worst about black women are secretly homosexual men, or they got white women behind closed doors shedding that dog fur all over them, pissing on them, calling them nigga, telling them to put that goddamn big black baby inside. Yeah, yeah. Fuck it, Shannon, we tell out to everybody know now, Shannon. Everybody know. And I'm just here to help you connect the dots. I want you to connect the dots. Connect the dots. Anytime from here on out, you hear a man talking like Shannon Sharp. You hear a man disrespecting and talking down on all black women. Yeah, black women is this, and black women is this, and black women. Secretly, they got a white girl in the back room pissing on them. Yeah. Fuck it, I said it. I said what it is, Shannon. You don't like it, do something about it, Shannon Sharp. Give a goddamn how you feel about it. Yeah, I don't care how you feel about it, Shannon. Nasty. You're a nasty man. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. Sexual discipline, youngin'. The most powerful tool as a man. I'm trying to tell you, listen what I'm trying to tell you. Imagine black men with sexual discipline, where they can say, nah, shorty, you too young, or nah, shorty, I don't fuck with married women. I would never lay down with a married woman, or nah, shorty, you beautiful and all that, but I got a girl that's really riding for me, and right now it just ain't the time. I'm not in a position to have sex with you. Imagine if black men had sexual discipline. Imagine how we would be able to control the narrative. The reason men don't have full control over women is because most men are not sexually disciplined. So no matter how much of a man you are, women know as soon as they pull that pants out, as soon as that ass come out them jeans, you gonna do whatever she tell you to do. Soon as she pull that motherfucking vagina out, you gonna do whatever she tell you to do. You will risk your life, your family, your wife, your money, your career for some pussy. Oh, the downloads are downloading, and I'm under the weather. The reason why black men especially have lost all control over women, because you could be worth $100 million and all she got to do is pull them titties out, and you're going to lose your life. You're going to lose your wife. You're going to lose your children. You're going to lose your career. You're going to lose your endorsements. You're going to lose everything for 5 minutes of pleasure. Sexual discipline for men is what makes us the man. It's what allows us to control the narrative. Now that I say that, right, one more angle that a lot of people was in the DM asking about, I'm gonna address it before we get out of here. A lot of people was, I'm gonna speak on this. I don't like when men do this. I understand that women do it. Women do this all the time, but when men do it, I don't like it, right? So it's a lot of men in the DM saying, yo, G&B TV, but what about when older women date younger men, right? And you 100% right about that. It's the same thing to a certain extent. When older women date younger men, they are manipulating a younger man. They are manipulating, you know, a young man that is not fully developed yet. So I definitely agree with that. But in holding men accountable, because one thing for sure, two things for certain, women that fall under my voice on this channel understand that I'm going to hold women accountable. I got to hold men accountable the same way. So a 21-year-old woman and a 21-year-old man is not the same thing to me. As men, right? We have authority over this realm. So at 21 years old, a man might still be young, but he's still a man. And he's a growing man. And he has the discernment and the decision to make if he decides to lay down with the older woman. When it comes to 21-year-old women and older men, it is the man, it is the older man that is deciding to shoot low at young women. And I'm trying, and what I want you to understand is that it's immoral on both ends. But when it comes to men doing it to young women, I feel it ain't about what I feel. The fact of the matter is that is more detrimental. That is more problematic. That is an issue. Now, ask me, both sides are predators. Older women that date younger men, she is a predator. Older men that date younger women, he is a predator. And if you know, let's just be, if you want to be honest, both should be prosecuted. Drea having a baby with that 21-year-old basketball player, that should be she should be prosecuted. She should be having charges, predator charges, the same way Shannon Sharpe should be thrown under the jail. So I'm gonna throw that out there. You know, you can't bring Drea, you can't bring a Brittany Reiner to your son's graduation, because Brittany Renner is liable to have sex with your 20-year-old son. You can't bring Drea to your son's graduation or to your son's draft party, because Drea is going to have sex, unprotected sex, with your 21-year-old son because he's going to the NBA. Predators that live amongst us. All right, so what's the difference? Ain't no difference. The only I'm just, you know, I do believe that a man, the way Shannon Sharpe was talking to that teenage girl, is predator. That is a predator, homie. That is a predator. And it's a little bit different from a 22-year-old young man lusting over a 40-year-old woman. A 22-year-old man is lusting over a 40-year-old woman. See, that's different than a 60-year-old man baiting a 20-year-old woman with money. Let me say that again. A 22-year-old young man that wants to have sex with Drea, that is lusting over a 40-something, 50-year-old woman, is different than a 56-year-old man baiting a 19-year-old teenager with money, because that's what Shannon was doing. These girls ain't looking at Shannon Sharpe and saying, he's so sexy, I just gotta lay down. No, he's offering to pay her bills. He's offering to put money into her OnlyFans. He is baiting her with money. But at the end of the day, it's all the same thing. predator tactics. Well, how do you get a child to get in your car? You bait them with candy. You bait them with candy. So that's what Shannon Sharpe was doing. He was baiting her. Yeah, I got some money for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you OnlyFans, come over here, call me a nigga, piss on me, and I give you 20,000. I give you 25 for each butt cheek. I got you. Drea didn't offer no money to her baby daddy. She didn't bait him with money. She didn't say, yo, I got some paper for you. I'll help you pay your bills. I'll pay for your car. It's a difference in that. And as men, we gotta be responsible, and we gotta be held responsible. It's a difference in that. Shannon and Drea, it's just all predator activity, but it's a difference when you bait. When you bait that young girl with money, when you bait that young girl with opportunity, when you bait that young girl as a 56-year-old man and she's a teenager, that's a whole different thing from a 22-year-old man saying, I want you. As a man, we have that authority. A young man saying, I want you, Drea. I want you. I don't care about this. I don't care what they think, but I want you. That's different from Shannon Sharpe saying, oh, you need some money? Oh, I got you, baby. Don't you worry about it. I'm going to send some money. What's your account number? I'll send some money to your account right now. Oh, you need OnlyFans? Oh, I got 10,000. I'm sending it to you. Come to the house. Nasty work. Big salute to the chat, man. I told y'all, man, I'm a little bit under the weather and all that. So I'm just trying to catch up. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to get back in the game. I'm trying to, get everything nice and neat, everything locked and loaded. But we back in full effect. We going live consistently. We going live tomorrow, same time, same bat place, same black time. We going live all weekend. We not stopping. The real is back. The real is back in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the DM, all in Alkaline Lifestyle. I see you in here. Supreme Science 777. I see you in here. Salute to everybody that been reaching out. Like I said, man, I've been so, it's rare that I get sick or I catch a cold. I don't get sick at all. Man, I've been under the weather, man. It really threw me off. So we getting back into it. Even with me being under the weather, I'm tapping in with my people. Shannon Sharpe we ain't saving you, homie. You's a nasty man. A nasty man. A man without sexual discipline is a dangerous man. That's a dangerous, dangerous man. You got to know something, man. As young men, we have no sexual discipline. As young men, we have no discernment. We have no patience. All of the qualities that make you a man, we lack. That's why we are not men. As young men, we are growing. We are young men. We are young adults, right? But at a certain age, these qualities, you should have them. These attributes, you should have them. At 50, 40, even at 40, some men aren't. It take years. It take experience. It take downfall. It take a journey for us to realize that we got to be patient. You know what I'm saying? And we got to think shit through as men. We got to have discernment. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta have discipline. But once we learn that, it makes us powerful. It really makes us powerful. You understand? So Shannon Sharpe, to me, his situation is unique because he's such an older man. He's almost 60 years old. having sex with a 19-year-old girl, I mean, I don't think he should be able to live amongst society, my nigga. Like, you shouldn't be able to be around like people like that, like kids and shit. You should be a registered sex offender. You should have to register yourself so we know exactly where the fuck you live at anytime you move somewhere. We should be able to know where you live at. So we can make sure you ain't baiting and seducing our 19-year-old and 18-year-old nieces and daughters and all that. You know, so you ain't trying to sleep with the grandkids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because at 55 and 60, you are stuck in your ways. There is no change in you. As a man, the things that you do at 50 and 60 years old, that is how you are going to die. There is no therapy. There is no counseling. There is no rehabilitation. You are stuck in your ways. And, you know, Shannon Sharpe, man, you should be a registered sex offender. You shouldn't be able to move amongst society without us knowing where the fuck you at, homie. That's just that's my personal thought on that. Because again, as young men, we lack all of these qualities. You know, you ever been around an 18-year-old, you know, a 21-year-old, a 25-year-old, and you ever notice how impatient they are, how they lack discipline, they can't decide what they want to do, they have it's like they have no discernment, they just make impulsive decisions and they just go. And you say, man, calm the fuck down. Hey youngster, calm down. Let's relax, right? Let's really think this through. This, you know what I mean? You got to think it through. Like, those are, that's when you're doing that. But at 50 years old, you're supposed to be like a little bit patient. You know, I'm 50 years old, baby. Hey, take your time, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Oh, we got your shake coming up. Take your time, sweetheart. Discernment. Oh, baby. Hey, baby, you gorgeous. Now, I want you to make sure you stay in school. Take this $100. Make sure you stay in school. Did you get good grades? Did you graduate with honors? Here go $500 for you. You supposed to be doing shit like that. You ain't supposed to be dropping Johnson on the 19-year-old little girls, teenagers. Discipline. Your man start moving, you say, hold up, little homie. Nah, that ain't what we doing. I feel you about to stand up, but she ain't here for that. Yeah. Hey, homie. Hey, chill, baby. That ain't what we doing. That ain't what we doing. No, hold up, baby. I got gray sweatpants on and all that. Hold up, sweetheart. Hey, homie. You know, you had those internal conversations with yourself. Hey, homie, calm the fuck down there. I got gray sweatpants on and all that. I can't have you standing up with all these teenagers around and all that. Fuck is wrong with you? Oh, I thought she was nah, that's a 19-year-old man. Hey, man, get your motherfucking ass out. Lay down, nigga. Oh, my bad, baby. Hey, my bad, G. I thought she was nah, you thought wrong, nigga. We don't do that. Even with grown women, it's a certain level of discipline that we gotta have as men, homie, that make us powerful. Women don't respect men because men can't keep their dick in their pants. Women no longer respect you men because they know it don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how much success you got. It don't matter how good your wife is. This woman could have been good to you the whole time you've been with her. Soon as some pussy get involved, you can't keep your dick in your pants. Your wife could have been a great woman to you. And as soon as one of these strippers pull that little pussy out, you are willing to throw your whole marriage away, throw your whole wife away, throw your children away. Now your kids got to live in a single parent household. Now you going through a divorce. You got to pay out $50 million because you don't have no discipline. That's why women don't respect men. Because you dudes ain't got no discipline. All they got to do is pop, lock, and drop it, twerk, shake a little ass, and you will risk your whole fucking life. This the game they don't want y'all to hear. This what they don't want y'all to know. Big salute to the chat. Yeah, get deep and get wicked. It's always deeper than rap, baby. It's always deeper than rap. You know, I got daughters, I got women, I got nieces, and I'm very protective. I just don't fuck with men like that. I'm gonna end with this, right? My uncle told me a long time ago, a man to kill you over pussy faster than he would kill you over money. And when I was young, I was like, eh. But the older I got, the more truth I seen in that. I'm going to do a whole live stream on how in every story in mankind, pussy is the common denominator of good and evil. Pussy is the common denominator. I'm talking all the way back to the Watchers. All the way back to the so-called Watchers. The Watchers. That was the angels, the fallen angels that were watching over humanity, ended up seeing some pussy down here. And they said, well, goddamn, you see that humanoid down there? Yeah, we've been watching her ad. That bitch is bad. And they came down to earth and they started fucking the women and having babies and making the Nephilim. That's how they became fallen angels, because they was fucking the humans, the women, some pussy. So you mean, I'm going to do a whole live stream on this, but listen what I'm saying. So you telling me even the angels fell victim to that pussy? I'm talking real life angels. This is before Adam and Eve. I'm talking, maybe not before Adam and Eve, but even with Adam and Eve. That pussy was so good to Adam that when Eve gave him that fruit, he didn't even think about it. He ate the fruit. Yeah, the Watchers was having sex with the women. They was also teaching them different things like witchcraft and how to make swords, and teaching them about war and teaching them unforbidden information that they wasn't supposed to have, but they also was fucking the women, the human women. The fallen angels was fucking the women. That's how the Nephilim came, the giants. And I'm gonna do a whole live stream on just how pussy is the #1 threat to mankind if you don't have sexual discipline. If you don't have I'm telling you, a man would kill you over his wife, fucking his girlfriend and her faster than he'll kill you for $10,000. You know, fallen angels, whatever you want to call them, man. What I'm saying is, how was the Nephilim born? You know, the big ass giants. Those were gods. Maybe they were gods. But in that story, the gods were coming down. The angels was coming down. They were pretending to be gods, and they was fucking all the women, and they was having babies. And that's how the giants came. That's how, now mind you, this could be all in theory and story, but what I'm telling you is, even back then, the story was pussy. Yeah, read the stories. Look into what I'm talking about. When I used to hear those stories, right? That's the only part that always stuck out to me. It was like they were supposed to be watching over mankind, and the women was looking so good to them that they actually started having sex with the women. And I was like, well, goddamn, I'm telling you, pussy is always a factor in every civilization, in every downfall of man. It's some pussy, because the Watchers didn't have sexual discipline. The Watchers couldn't say, you know what? That ass is fat down there. I ain't gonna lie. They ain't got no clothes on. They running around frolicking, big ass titties and all that. We ain't supposed to have sex with them. So we not gonna do it. We ain't supposed to lay down with them women. I mean, look. Look how she do. Did you see? Did you see Bethel? Did you see Bethel out there in Bethlehem? Where that ass was frolicking around Bethel? Oh, titties and shit just poof, poof. She jumping and shit and all like. We ain't, but you know, the higher up told us we ain't supposed to have sexual intercourse, but that ass is fat. And they start fucking, they start sneaking down here where we at and fucking our bitches. You feel what I'm saying? They started sneaking down here to get this pussy that's down here. Yeah. And next thing you know, it's giants and shit running all over the place. Now God, I'm just going off the story, right? Now God looking down here and saying, how them big ass giants got down there? You know, the angels is trying to hide this shit. They sneaking down here. They fucking on this good pussy we got down here. They fucking them. They hitting them bitches. They coming in them. They nutting in them. They having sex with these women, and they coming inside these women. God saying, well, goddamn, I don't remember making that in the Garden of Eden down there. You know, I got animals, and I got fruits, and I got trees, but I don't remember making no motherfucking giants down there. Hey, Michael, come here real quick, Mike. You remember me making giants? That's a motherfucking giant. Oh, now God, it's giant. Somebody get the Watchers in here. Hey, Michael, get all the Watchers in here. We got to have a conversation. What the fuck is going on? Ain't y'all supposed to be watching? Ain't y'all the Watchers? Why ain't y'all watching? Have you been watching? Well, look down there. What you see down there? Yeah, giants. It's giants down there. What happened? We've been fucking. Listen, God, I'm sorry. I got to tell you, listen to God. I'm sorry. Please forgive us, God. Please have mercy. We've been fucking them bitches down there. We've been fucking them. We've been going down there when you were asleep at night. We've been sneaking out down there, and we've been fucking on them humans down there, Lord. Please, please have mercy on my soul. I'm sorry, Lord. Why wouldn't you put clothes? You got Bethel running down there, frolicking. You gonna make us watch Bethel with that fat ass down there, frolicking all over the globe? Why would you do this to us, Lord? Why would you make us watch Bethel with that fat ass, and you call us the Watchers, and we just supposed to watch? When you've been going to sleep at night, Lord, we've been fucking on Bethel. Yeah, I told it. I'm sorry we had to. We've been fucking them. Those is our children down there, those big ass giants. That's how the Watchers. That's how the fallen angels came down here. They fell out of grace because they was fucking the humans. You feel? I'm just saying all that to say this. That is how powerful sexual discipline is. Even the Watchers couldn't resist that ass jumping all around out the back of the motherfucking sky. Yeah, big ass double D titties jumping all up in that motherfucker. She goddamn frolicking through the goddamn, yeah. Bethel was frolicking through the goddamn forest, as fat as could be. I done came down as a watcher. I done told Bethel I'm God. I'm God, Bethel, and I'ma fuck you. I'ma fuck you good, Bethel. You just don't worry about it, Bethel. But I'm God, and I've been watching you. I've been watching you frolicking through these woods for 2 years now, and I can't help it. I can't hold out no more. I got to have you. They was acting like they was God. I say all that to say sexual discipline. Yeah, big booty Bethel. Ass fat as all outside. Wide, I'm talking ass wide as all outside. Them watchers was coming down here. Them watchers was coming down here fucking on them women. Hey, Shannon, the problem is you ain't no motherfucking watcher. And I'm going to tell you this much, Shannon Sharp. I want to tell you this. You know, the watchers got cast out of heaven for slinging pipe to those big booty Bethel and fucking all over the world. What you think need to happen to you? You ain't no watcher. Your ass need to be put under the jail, Shannon Sharp. Yeah, it need to be prosecuted and registered as a sex offender, Shannon Sharp. Sexual discipline is the key to the survival of man. Sexual discipline is the key. And it's the only way out. It's the only answer. We back in full effect. Yeah, the watchers. The watchers, man. I'm going to do a whole live stream on that. I really want to. And let me tell you something. I'm talking about all the way from the watchers, Adam and Eve, Rome, Greece, all these different civilizations. Kemet, all of this shit fell. All of these things crumbled. All of these civilizations fail under the pressure of pussy and sexual discipline. And I'm gonna do a whole live stream where we're gonna get deep into that. But I want y'all to leave with that. I want y'all to think about that. The watchers, go do your research. Go do your due diligence. You're going to see that the watchers' only mistake was putting dick in big booty Bethel. Yeah, they was fucking Bethel out there in Bethlehem, dropping dick in her, dropping Johnson. Yeah, they was going out there to Bethlehem, dropping Johnson and Bethel and all that, big booty Bethel. And they was having babies. That's where the Nephilim, these giants that was roaming and causing mayhem and destruction all over the globe, were the descendants and were the children of the watchers in human pussy, human women. Shannon Sharpe, it's time to get down and lay down. And if you lay down, you already know you're going to stay down. Ain't nothing good about dropping Johnson in a 19-year-old snow bunny. Ain't nothing good about dropping Johnson in a 19-year-old pink-toed snow bunny. Frolicking in that dog fur and playing and rolling and all in that dog fur and all that. Ain't nothing morally right, Shannon. And I suggest that they take everything away from you. I suggest your ass get registered as a predator, and I suggest your ass go to jail. But worst come to worst, take everything. All endorsements need to go. Everything. With that being said, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest that you tap in. Listen, man, I suggest that you tap into this Grown Man Business. I suggest you tap into this Grown Man content at all times. You already know what it is, straight off the brick. into the bottles. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing, and we not dressing nothing up. Listen, man, Shannon Sharp, I'm here to give you this pure dope, this game straight raw, my G. Straight raw. Sexual discipline. It's not about what's legal, it's about what's morally right. We no longer going off what's legal. That's bogus, that's out. Oh, it's legal. That's still nasty. In Georgia, it's legal to have sex with a 16-year-old girl if she consents. That is nasty. You a predator. There's a small difference in women and men. As men, we got to take the lead. We got to take accountability. We are the leaders, homie. We make the wave. We create the narrative. Women follow the narrative that we create. And if men have no sexual discipline, then there is no reason for women to respect you as a man. There is no reason. So you got money and she got money, but she got a pussy and you don't. That make her think she's above you. Because if you got $100 million and she got $100 million, the one thing she got over you is that if she pulled them pants down, 99.9% of y'all are going to throw your whole life away just to get a shot of that pussy, just like the Watchers did. I'm here to tell you, you change that, you change everything. You change that and you change everything. But again, most of you dudes will throw your wife away. You will throw your life away. You will separate your whole family sneaking around with a 19-year-old little teenager. And listen, Fly Gemini, I suggest he pay it. I want to say that I believe she should get that snow bunny, that pink toe, dog fur having teenager should get all of that 50 million. And I hope and I believe and I'm saying he need to be convicted. Sexual assault. Great, whatever they accusing him for. Because as black men, y'all don't have no discipline. Y'all want to just put yourself in a trap and y'all want to just keep falling in the same trap. But then y'all want to turn around and say, yo, you know, this is for black men. This ain't got nothing to do with black men. And we ain't riding with no predator. Ain't no black man riding with no predators, homie. You in this shit on your own. You was over there with the white girl, stay over there. You was over there with the white girl, you stay over there. You were talking down on black women. You don't date black women. You don't marry black women. You stay over there with the white people and all that. Respectfully. Respectfully, Shannon. Hold your hand out and I'ma spit in it, Shannon. Under the weather or not, I'm here to tell you we are here. We ain't went nowhere. This is Grown Man Business TV. It's a lot to talk about. We will be live tomorrow, so make sure you hit the notification, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you like the video. We ain't stopping. Charlie P, I see you in here. All my wrenches. Supreme Science 777, All In Alkaline Lifestyle. MJ, I see you in here. Is what it is, man. Big salute to the chat. You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now, listen, man. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in.